Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New California. Well, as promised, we skipped the whole riding up the elevator segment to come back to the robotics lab and finish up with the robots. But I did still take the time to walk the hallway because this doesn't take too much. And just to show you, sure enough, Kira is in fact sleeping down here. But we're not going to disturb her. No reason for it. Because all we really had left to do here was try and reactivate.
Census report was published this week indicating that the population of New California has reached a number greater than 1 million.
This
Recent
gun.
papers released by the University of New California indicate that the healthy humans make up the majority, while ghouls and super mutant populations continue to rapidly decline. In the next half hour, we'll have the latest news from around California, from Shady Sands to the far north.
Yeah, go ahead and turn that off. I think we got everything on this done. And just quick reminder, my science skill is currently pumped to 78. My intelligence is a natural 10, but the bonus there is due to me wearing Dr. Kyoto's goggles, give me a +3 to science. And I just realized that the backpack I'm wearing takes away my agility. You know, I've been paying attention to that. We also got a lab uniform. It's going to be +5. So we do not even need the Programmer's Digest magazine that I've been holding on to. Actually, we've been holding on to a couple at this point. So we should be able to hack this. And weirdly enough, it gets easier to do the hacking puzzles because the words will be longer, but it's also easier to guess because there's only so many combinations you can do with those letters. Smaller letter words are much more common after all. Okay, so let's see. Looks like Sean left a game on here. Cityscape, look around. You are standing in a vast, featureless cityscape. Skyscrapers stretch to the north, where clouds gather around ominous citadel spire called Cybernetics Industries. An alley leads to an old robotics lab in the east. The road south leads into a bustling downtown. Hover cars drive to a car garage to the west, where a thin hacker named Hooligan stands like a glowing specter of electronic lights amid a crowd of gray-cloaked citizens in the dark. Oh my goodness, they put an old-school Infocom text adventure into this. Let's see, what do I have for inventory? Peacekeeper pulse pistol, drinking flask, and my back. Nope, not back. Let's go east. Old robotics lab. Looking around. You stand at the end of an alleyway facing a grimy old robotics lab. The brick walls are dirty. A neon sign is swinging in the mist. The great steel doors are locked. The owner is nowhere to be found. A small cemetery of broken droids lies in the shadow of the city. Towers around you in the pouring rain. The main road is westward, leading to the great featureless cityscape. A malfunctioning droid totters aimlessly nearby. Despite some damage, its blue glowing photoreceptors glimmer in the pouring rain. Its technology may attract hungry replicators. There's an open waste bin nearby. Let's see, examine the waste bin. There's a waste bin once used to dematerialize faulty droids, now unpowered. Like the rest of the empty city, bits of scrap metal litter the bottom. I think I'm going to go back west. Let's see, there's a hacker wizard here performing a show. Look around. You're standing in the darkness of a humming car garage. Dust lingers around glowing green light tubes as parked cars rest quietly. A crowd of hooded strangers surround the only light, a red-haired wizard hacker named Hooligan with glowing cybernite gloves. His hands twirl in a display of bright blue threads, turning empty space into electronic magic. The road is eastward, leaving the garage toward the infinite cityscape. Talk to Hooligan. Hooligan notices you out of the crowd of patrons and squints through the inky darkness. Sean Starr, is that you? He says, gazing in amazement. The crowd murmurs and begins looking around. Wow, I never thought I'd see you again. I guess no one did, being that you're dead and all. Hooligan hops off of a car that he's using as a show stage and walks up to you. Without so much as a handshake, he starts checking your pockets. We all saw you fall into the vat of green goo. Better than being eaten by replicators, but damn. He stands back annoyed. Well, I guess miracles don't come without setbacks. It was like you dropped the atomizer core when you were attacked in cybernetics. Or cyberdynamics. You better go back and get it. I worked out some way of getting it from a more primitive state to something more useful. With that, he walks away and says, Sorry, folks, I have business. Back to the show, huh? Okay, go back east. Go north. Replicator Sam is here, crafting insidious devices. Let's see, you're in the towering citadel of Cybernetics Industries, a corporation that produces nano devices and self-replicating machines. Storm clouds coil above the skyscraper, pelting you with the hexagonal flagstones with a torrential downpour. Oh, and the hexagonal flagstones with a torrential downpour. Beyond the main door is World City, a wide metropolis that stretches across the southern horizon and beyond to encompass the globe. Replicator Sam is here, spinning a web of nanoscopic building blocks that to form new replicators that will soon terrorize World City. A pulsing light between the piles of papers on the floor catches your eye. Let's investigate the blinking light. And nothing happened there. Okay, let's go back south and check south. There's a bar, a weapon shop, and towers here. And look around. You're standing in the dirty market square of a massive Soundtown area. Love the typo. Many of the shops and apartments are abandoned, and the citizens that can be seen speak in hushed voices, casting furtive glances at the darkened skyline in the distant north. The ringing of a pulse pistol breaks the silence as a huge man fires into a pile of steaming replicators. He is Ventus, the weapons dealer. The weapons dealer is here, killing any replicators that threaten the world city for a price. A hacker named Mr. Gray is sitting in a Chinese roadside bar, drinking himself senseless. And let's speak with the hacker. Mr. Gray notices your approach and looks up from his swilling. Sean Starr, it's been a long time, he says, taking another shot. Never thought I'd see your face again. As you recover from the shock of hearing your name, you are told that this old anti-replicator agent has fled from his nearby robotics lab. When Replicator Sam assembled herself in cyberdynamics, the droids began acting strangely. So he shut off their wireless transmitter nodes and burned the rest with molecular acid, protecting his bastion technology from harm. However, some of the droids escaped, fearing for their deactivation. If you could disable the last of the droids, he tells you, I'll give you the passcode, and you can help yourself to the vat of molecular acid, in case you need it to fight some of the worst replicators. Before you leave, he asks, Hey Sean, it's good to see you back in action. Give him hell. Okay, speak with the weapons dealer. Your eyes water from the smoke and stinging heat emitted from the dead replicators. The huge man swipes sweat from his bald head and looks up from his work. There's no shortage of work to be done with Replicator Sam wreaking havoc on the World City. If you use something to trade, whip it out. Otherwise, leave me to keep killing these bastards. Well, I do not have anything to give him. Although I now have a primitive atomizer core. Okay, well, let's try and use the pulse pistol on the droid. Open waste bin nearby containing the remains of a sad and broken droid. Examine the waste bin. The sad little droid is sparking helplessly as its power source dies. Your pulse boat slowly gluing in its chest. You notice its head is still transmitting data that the replicators may find attractive. You take it as it may prove useful. And, well, skipped a little too quickly, but let's see. Mr. Gray is focused on his tablet, watching a little circle on a map, chased by millions of red dots. He notices you only come very close. Oh, Sean, I realized that the best way for you to attract the little bastards was to glue the transmitter to a small hover droid and fly around the city. Got the replicators chasing it in circles, right? Might as well get drunk. Ha 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 ha. apparently that got me a passcode. Let's see, use pulse pistol on Replicator Sam. Your puny weapon is useless against Sam. Key given to you by the hacker. You feel the score may be valuable. Let's see, talk to Hooligan. Hooligan checks his watch as the crowd slowly backs away, still locking eyes with him despite the show being over. He looks panicked. You hear him say, "Look, guys, I know I couldn't keep up forever, but replicators can't appreciate that all would traders need a break, right?" In a moment of hesitation, he sees you and yells out, "Sean, quick, toss me the atomizer." You toss the device to him, and like a shimmering blue star, it flies through the dark, impacting his hands. The figures all whip out their coats, revealing humans that have been infested with replicator parts, controlling them like cyborg zombies. Hooligan does something to the device, then slams into his pulse pistol. He rapidly fires at every replicator until all of them are dead. He then pops the glowing device out of his gun as the last of them hits the dirt with a splash of metal and bloody shards. With a swish of his wrist, he tosses it to you. "Here, take this to the weapons dealer downtown. He owes me a favor. Give him this note and tell him he'll get it done. Put it on my tab." He nods. "Thanks for the last-minute save, Agent Starr." Alright, so we got that done. Head south. Talk to the weapons dealer. The weapons dealer regards you gruffly and is about to dismiss you when you produce the atomizer core from your bag. He sets his pulse pistol aside and twirls his mustache. "Holy shit, that's it," he says, admiring the Foster device. "We lost one of these cybernetics before Replicator Sam ruined our plans to destroy the machines in their infancy. What will you be needing then?" Following your careful instructions, weapon dealer reforges your pulse pistol with the atomizer at the center of its power core. It glows blue and begins to power up. "Go forth and do great deeds, free of charge. For now, ha ha ha." Okay, go north. Go north again. And use the atomizer ray. And now it says, check on Alpha's progress in the morning. The moment you enter the halls of cyberdynamics, the eyes of the replicators begin watching you as you pull the atomizer from your belt. The bright blue core's glow pierces the darkness with a spectral flare. The machines react like bugs to a flame. They swarm down on you and blot out all light. For a moment, the image of your weapon fades from view, devoured by shadows. But then suddenly, the replicators explode into a fine mist of silver particles, and lasers pierce the halls of cyberdynamics. You stand, slaying them by the thousands with a wave of your glowing hand. Replicator Sam bellows with hate and rushes toward you, firing death from her mighty clawed hand. You manage to fend off the attackers just in time to get a single shot off at Sam. The blast rips through her growling teeth and out the back of her robotic brain. The fiber optic hair on her head pulses, her eyes grow wild. Then she, as if in a moment of human helplessness, she looks at you once before pathetically falling into a puddle of metal fragments. You coolly walk out of the cyberdynamics entryway, back into the light rain of the world city, as the ceiling and walls begin to collapse behind you. BN Alpha Droid Systems rebooting. Victory! Thanks for playing. Game over. Okay, I just got another quest, a Roboto Mori, which is check Alpha's progress in the morning, get a good night's sleep while B6RK. Updates. Wait, we have robots, and then the calm before the storm. And I believe that that is it. Although we did just complete. Wait, we have robots? So now we're ready to get to bed. and for those who are curious, or just want the reminder what perks we have at this point, because we've got a rather ludicrous amount for a level 3 nobody at this point. Bar of the Waste, singing epic poems is second nature to you, gain plus 10 to speech. Electro Lover, love at the speed of light, gain plus 5 to repair and science. Four Eyes, wearing any type of glasses, you have plus 1 perception. Without glasses, you have minus 1 perception. Nerd Superstar, your scientist training provides increased insight into the skill books that you read, giving you an extra point. You're a Nerd Superstar. Nerd Orable. I always thought it was, adorkable, but You're a nerd and adorable, gain plus 1 charisma and plus 10 speech. Scoutmaster, fit for survival, gain plus 1 perception and plus 10 survival. Swift Learner, with every rank in Swift Learner, you gain additional 10% to total experience points. The Wayseer, you seem to know things, gain plus 1 perception. Vault Tech, technology is clay and you're the sculptor, get plus 5 to repair and science. Vault Tech 2, technology messiah, gain plus 5 to repair and science. Wasteland Barrister, you wrestled with a fusion-powered coffee machine and won. And Wild Wasteland, our other perk, hadn't kicked in yet. At least we haven't anything obviously weird happen. I'd be very disappointed if it turned out that there weren't any weird Wasteland effects in this, but that is neither here nor there. And once again, So yeah, I'm once again pondering the irony of how I'm playing a role-playing game like this to escape from my old life, and I now find myself as a science-minded nerd who failed out of the football team, got injured, and all my friends and family were playing role-playing games instead of supporting me. And here I am flirting with girls on the internet, probably being catfished, while also developing the amazing skills of being a, gloriously introverted yet somehow charming techie. I'm not knocking it, I just think it's kind of funny. And yep, I knew Buddy the artist is right there. Nobody's noticed I broke into Dr. Kyoto's and then wearing her glasses. Oh, wait, this is the upper apartments, not the lower ones.
The thing that'll make Vault 18 great again is some good old-fashioned elbow grease and American engine.
I thought you were going to bed. Okay, good night.
So, did you want something?
I was going to tell you your game was awesome, but, never mind. Okay, going to bed now will end the prologue and leave any unfinished quests behind forever. Do you wish to continue? Alright, rebuild your character. Before you venture deeper into unfolding events, you may rebuild your character. After the character vision, you will level up 2 times to reassign your skill points, perks, etc. Your new California quest perks will be added back after the rebuild. Yeah, we'll stick with the name. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the aged look. Now, with all the gear I've got, I think I'm going to have, a ludicrous amount of perception with all the gear I have. just to make sure. We'll give it 1 point. Alright, let's see. Well, definitely attacking science. I think energy weapons is what I had before, but speech is always handy, and we'll go with... Oh, I don't get the points that I invested in my Grocknar comics, do I? You know, we'll pick something besides Wild Lacewing, because I'm pretty sure that won't do anything. Let's see, skill, but not experience. You get +5 to every skill, but you suffer -10 to experience. Of course, I've got a feat that's balancing that out. Not a feat perk, but... yeah, what the heck. I've always wondered how barter and speech can be different skills, but no matter. I'm seeing myself falling out of the bed, apparently. Alright, well that ends the calm before the storm.
Now you boys play this one real close to the vest, and the Overseer won't know what hit him. The time for our revolution is at hand.
We just got word from the President. We have to make our move tonight.
John Henry has a real sense of timing, don't he? How long do we have?
A little over 48 hours. We have to secure the data on the Vault's mainframe and terminate Project Brazil. Then we're to report to Raven Rock.
That's a hell of a tall order. We just barely got these Patriots whipped into form. I think I can sell our hardliners on doing the job, but not all of them.
We don't have a choice.
I know. We'll have to pull the trigger.
I'll order Tara Mason to rig the charges on the upstairs transformer. That should buy you the time to rally our forces and confront the Overseer.
Good. It'll be a rude awakening for our newest recruits.
You're not going to warn them?
No, they haven't been fully initiated into the Patriot program. If they're really Enclave material, they'll fall in line after the first shots are fired.
That's a long call.
You have your orders, Lieutenant. Carry them out.
Of course.
You soldiers hear that? The word came down from on high. America shall rise again tonight. I want this vault under Enclave control by morning. Round up the parasites and ingrates that have crippled this facility and herd them into the gym. Start with those barbarians you beat last night. Move out!
Mason, ignite the charges.
Get down.
Okay. Well, I got limb damage again. Okay. Okay, I seem to have lost my scientist. Hogs and my backpack. That's the weird part. I don't think... Well, no, it did. It looked like I had Weird Wasteland still for a bit, but... And I've got less XP than I had before. Well, minor concern, considering my family's dead. I don't see what happened to the Overseer's son. Nefarious program detected, virus or malicious program detected, virus detected, shutting down. Oh, there it is, Vault Lab uniform. You never know what clothes might be helpful. Okay, there we go. Got my backpack back. We have come up on the half-hour mark. Alright, so, to the shock of nobody, the idiot football coach is associated with the Enclave and trying to take over our home. And now we have to go out and try and save everybody with nothing but a wrench. I do love these challenges, but we'll get to that next time. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you've not already. Leave a comment if you're so inclined. And we'll continue the adventure from here next time. Take care until then.